1-800-FOOD-RUT, helping you with your food stuff. 1-800-FOOD-RUT. Welcome back to 1-800-FOOD-RUT. I'm your host, Asia, and I'm here to help you with your food stuff. So welcome back. And in this episode, we're going to do something real simple and easy that you can add to several things. If it has not been made clear by now, I like to show you a component of something and then tell you how to use it in other places, right? So not necessarily always talk about like the protein I'm gonna choose or sometimes the grains and stuff like that. It's like, let me just show you this little meal. Let me show you this component and then show you how you can use it in different places whenever you plan on cooking, at any time that you plan on cooking. And if you don't plan on cooking, try this with whatever you plan on ordering. Because sometimes when you get in that food rut, whether that be what you keep cooking, cooking the same things over and over and over again. And that's cool because I'm going to use the rest of the recipes. I'm going to use the ingredients that you have that you've been using for those particular meals and show you like, okay, do this with it. Same thing if you order out. Like, let's just kind of... let's see what I'm saying. I was gonna say monster, but that's not what I'm gonna say. Let's piecemeal something up based on what you're ordering. So in today's episode, I'm gonna show you how to make a walnut basil pesto. So let's get into these ingredients because, like I said, it's simple and easy. And then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna use it for, and then I'm gonna eat it, and then that's gonna be the end. All right. For this pesto, we're gonna need some basil, some olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and walnuts. For the walnuts, it's replacing both my pine nuts and my Parmesan cheese. So if you have someone who is a bit of dairy sensitivity or just doesn't do dairy themselves, because I mean, for Parmesan cheese, if it's aged cheese, it usually doesn't have the same impact, but whatever. But if the person happens to be dairy free, you can do the walnut because it's still going to give you that nuttiness that you get from the Parmesan and things of that nature. I've also done this. I've also made pestos. My favorite pesto is my pea pesto, which I have made. Did I even have basil in it? I don't think I did. I've used cilantro, parsley, and peas. I'm sure I'm going to show you how to make another pesto at some point in time, but these are the basic principles of a pesto. So let's get into making it. So for this particular recipe, I'm not really measuring. Usually I'll be like, you know, ingredients and measurements are going to be below. I mean, the ingredients are going to be below, but not necessarily measurements. Because this is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? To your heart's content type of thing. Anyway, so I'm going to start in with the basil, and then I'm going to put the walnuts in, the olive oil, a little bit of the salt, a little bit of the, I'm supposed to say pepper. I'm going to put pepper in this. And that's going to be that. So I was trying to be fiscally responsible, right? And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to buy one of those little basil leaves. I feel like I shouldn't put that in there. I'm going to buy one of those little basil leaves. Basil plants that you see down at the grocery store for a good like $2 or something. So I brought it, right? That's what made me try this. Because I was like, oh, I had a plan for a meal that I wanted to make. And the meal was something else. And I was like, I'm not in the mood doing all of that. So I was just like, let me see what I get. I was like, oh, bad. I got some basil. So let me use my basil plant that I brought. And then I was like, oh, I got some walnuts, whatever. I was like, oh, let me just kind of whip up a pesto. So that's how I got here. But anywho, so I brought it because basil is so high. This thing of basil cost me $3. I was like, I mean, I got plans for my basil, but still, hello, $3 is kind of crazy, especially if you use basil a lot. Anyway, baby, tell me why the plant didn't grow no more leaves. It actually died. I said, you know what? You won't be wasting my time anymore. So I said, I'm just gonna plant my own. Ooh, that's a lot of salt. I don't need that much. Okay, maybe it wasn't as much as I thought. No, it actually was. I changed my mind. I said, I'm not about to do this. I'm just going to go and get the seeds and, you know, see what's gonna shake. Cause I want some fresh basil and some thyme. So that's my plan, is to go to down to the nursery and get me some. Dang, this lemon is juicy. I love that. Cause what? I'm paying all that money for some basil. I said, this is crazy. And then get the nerve to get the little plant and then the plant down me. You can do all this by hand. You just start with the basil and the nuts, the walnuts, and then chop them up. Put that in a bowl and add the olive oil and the lemon juice and the salt. And let's get us a little, oh, hold on, my leaves are stuck at the top. Give me a second. Let's do another little blitz. I might wind up adding some more olive oil to it, but for right now, this is what it's looking like. And I'm doing such a small amount. Oh, you're gonna see why in a second, but this is what we're looking like. And I'll give a little taste to see how I feel about it. Yeah. I think I need to add some more oil. I need to break down just a little bit more. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. When I come back, we will be, come on, little blade. We will be at the point of me showing you what I'm gonna be putting this on, okay? So, see you in a bit. Now I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, something missing. I don't know what it is. Girl, garlic, girl, garlic. So, I forgot to put garlic in here. You definitely need that. I was like, what's the fun? Where's, like, the basil is gonna give it its funkiness, but I was like, I'm missing something. I couldn't feel what it was. I'm about to start getting prepped for the protein I'm using. I was like, that's what I'm missing, garlic. I mean, it tastes good. But I was like, it's missing something. One of my favorite ingredients, girl, bye. And I know my brain was like, garlic, girl, you missing garlic. You're missing the garlic, girl. You're missing the garlic. I'm just sitting here like, something's missing, but it's still good. Let's taste it there. Literally, the garlic. Be right back. And we're done. So as I said, I'm gonna show you what I'm making my house with. So I made me a pork chop. Apples. I'll open it. Pork chop and apples with pesto. Most of my pesto is on the bread now, on the sandwich. So again, I used my walnut basil pesto, spread it out on a good old ciabatta, saute me some pork chops. These are pork chops without the bone in it, a little salt, a little pepper, a little garlic powder, sauteed it up. Cut some apples. The apples I'm using are Pink Lady, so a little bit of sweet, a little bit of tart. This would have been great with some Granny Smith apples as well, because again, pork and apples are a classic combo. So add this all together. Now, if you don't want to do pork, you can definitely use chicken. You can for sure do shrimp. You can do steak. I love a good steak with a bit of pesto. I had recently made me some green chilies, chicken chili. And I was like, man, this would be good with some pesto. Just to give it like a little funk, if you will. But of course, you know, you can always add your pesto on top of many things, from like house potatoes to eggs, because hello. All right, if you gotta choose some avocado, you're gonna make an avocado toast, add some pesto. Now, if you like, I'm not gonna make all of that, of course, buy you some pesto and give it a try. Or if there's a restaurant that you like that has some good pesto, you know, ask them, hey, can I have a little extra pesto on the side, and give it a try. Anyway, enough of this. Also, you can do this with deli meat too. A wrap. Okay, now my stuff falling out in the back because it was too big. But anyway, let me find a good place to get a bite. This looks good. It's so good. It's so good. I don't like too bad. So yeah, there you go. A little inspiration for a meal at some point, something to make, something to buy, and all that good stuff, because that's what it's all about. Using the ingredients that you have on hand and figuring out other ways to do it. Like I said, I was supposed to make something else with some pork chops, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make me a sandwich. And I was like, I need to eat my apples. Boom. And then I was like, yeah, this is gonna be my video back after my Mother's Day series. So here we are. Until next time, I'm gonna let you have a little bite. This is my lunch. Bye.